Це 29 березня.
Today is March 29, Ukraine Media Center confirmed continues its operation. My name is Vasyl Samokhvalov and we will be talking about art, specifically the music. Together we will see the video Breathe With Me by Artur Zheleznyak. We will hear about such art project as Hurtowyna and we will find out how the army and the armed forces are related to. Joining us here is Major Oleksandr Melnychuk, a representative of the Stratcom department of the Office of the Commander-in-Chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Artur Zheleznyak, producer and composer, and Hurtowyna band, Olena, Podolska-Spring, producer. The whole band is with us here, and Mr. Artur will introduce them. There are actors and people who got involved in making of this video. So let's start with Mr. Oleksandr, who will tell us how the songs are related, how the art is related to war, and how is it possible. Good afternoon. This year that has passed, it has changed all of us. It has changed the opinions of the people, the thoughts of the people, the way of thinking of the people. Many events that happened, the circumstances, they changed all of us. They changed our approaches to the art, to the people that belong to this world of art. They became a part of that dimension that is called information warfare dimension. So what's going on now in the front lines? We all want to thank the guys who are there in the front lines. And at the same time, we cannot neglect the influence of information, of art on the people. And during war, the time flows in a different way than it flows during peacetime. And just recently, we were watching a short documentary that showed how different are the opinions of the world view of the people, of the Ukrainian servicemen and the enemies, their attitude to their mothers, their view of their mothers. And today we will see the video and listen to the new song by Hurtowyna, who created a lot of great songs lately. They are being very well perceived by the military because they have that note that is sounding inside of us, that helps us breathe. And in continuation of this subject, breathing is fundamental to human life. It starts with the moment a baby is born, and what is now perceived very painfully through that footage, that address to an injured serviceman: breathe, stay with us, stay here. And our main motive is the confidence in our victory. We keep singing, we keep making songs, the songs that keep inspiring others, that force others to breathe, supporting our fury, our hatred towards the enemy, and our love to each other. It's a great stimulating moment. I don't want to talk a lot. Let's just watch this video and then we will discuss it. Keep breathing, son. Come on. What we got there, an injury of the chest. Quickly to the manipulations room. You're not allowed in here. I'm sorry. Breathe with Me by Hurtowyna.
Дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною, хоч би скрізь вода поза війною, та коли біда мали очима, світло в люстерці, запахом диму, колею серці, світ врятувавши власну віддавши кров. Дихай зі мною знов, дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною знов, дихай зі мною. Сонце в зеніті, лівого на скло, ми на орбіті, між добром і сном, що не лишити, душі у пасті, капають сльози, ніби від щастя, що похитнулась тінь нерухомих вій. Потрібен подих твій. Дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною, дихай зі мною.
Those whom you love are always with you. So, Artur Zheleznyak, who wrote this song, can you please tell us what is it about? Why this way? Why the cello, for example? It may sound foolish, but still, as an author, what did you want to say by that song? I want to say that our project Hurtowyna is first of all the band. The guys are about to introduce themselves. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dmitro Panchenko, the vocalist of the band. Igor Obosnenko, guitar in Hurtowyna band. Good afternoon, everybody. Sergey, drums. Good afternoon, all. My name is Dmitro Belov. I'm the guitarist of the band Hurtowyna. Bass. So it's not only the band that represents the project Hurtowyna, but it's also a charity fund. We try to get involved in some volunteer activity, which is very necessary today. The expanded project Hurtowyna is about to include cinematic production that already issued a couple of music videos and a couple of other films. So in more detail about the films, it will be the director who will tell us. Specifically about this song, we tour a lot with our band across Ukraine. We visit our military, we visit the hospitals. We also have tours to the civilians, and we see that sorrow that came to our land with this war. We see the sorrow of the people who lost their close ones. Our close ones are probably the main thing that we have in our hearts. That's exactly why this song was born. The cello is quite a necessary instrument. Yeah, there was even a picture dedicated to it, because, well, yeah, actually cello is the symbol of death, and we pray to the gods, so it goes somewhere by the side of our close ones. We want everybody, we want all of our guys to come back alive. We want our close ones to be alive. So this is the message contained in that song. So please introduce the team that got involved in making the video. Yeah, and now I want to pass the microphone to the director of this video. Good afternoon, my name is Artur Zheleznyak. I'm the director of this video, Breathe With Me by Hurtowyna. I would like to introduce my wonderful actors who acted in this video. It was my pleasure to cooperate with them. It's Natalia Skrabina and Viktor Shvets. They're great professionals. It's a great honor for a young director like me to work with great artists like them. Just a couple of words about our video production, about our plans, what it will look like. You may have seen an actor in that video, Maxim Yakovlev, who already played he played the protagonist in the above mentioned film Ma, and with our new actors I hope we will cooperate further on and we create our own, well, it's an ambitious statement, but I would say cinematic universe, the cinematic almanac, the anthology which is connected by the topics of war, of maternity, and some patriotic themes, because all the content that we currently produce is aimed at Ukrainian audience, to raise the battle spirits, to raise the morale. It's aimed at patriotism. So as a director I want to announce that there will be a second part of this project in a month. It will be called Ma 2, Breathe With Me. It will be the continuation of this music video and continuation of the film. It will be an integral universe, and I want to convince you that there will be Ma 3 following it, and there will be another music video by Hurtowyna, and after our victory we will not stop, we will keep on developing, we will go further, because it's our front, our mission as the artists, to create the patriotic content aimed at our victory and glory to Ukraine. Thank you for everything. So if you can describe the video, there is future, past, there is the motive is breathing, it's about love and suffering. So what else is, well, it contains all the life of a person from the birth until the death, and about the victory is the victory of life over death. If you've seen that image, not only a cello, but the cello player is the mental patient who is in a mental facility, but she plays a death which is above all those stories, but she is left with nothing in the end, because even the elderly ones, they reunite in heaven, because so death takes nobody. She lives she's left alone only with her cello. So the victory of light over darkness, this is what symbolizes the victory of Ukraine over the enemy. So let's start with the small things. One saved life of a soldier is the small victory, which is followed by more significant victories, but one way or another a big victory is made up of a number of small victories. Maybe a question to the actors: how comfortable is it now to play suffering, to play death during war? Well, just like this. If you are a woman, according to the story, this is what so continue playing your role. This is what protagonist says. Well, playing suffering, playing death is quite different, but we as actors, we were trying to make it look faithful, and the spectator may see how we made it, whether we made it or not. If you want to add something, well, I want to be honest, in the cinema for years and years I played many roles, but I haven't ever played a role like this on a bunk in the hospital. But to have the tears show up in my eyes, actually I didn't have to take any specific effort. I've just listened to that song that the guys played, and this is how the tears came to my eyes. So I have another question to the authors: how to find this song, and where people are about to see this song. Are you planning any tours, any concerts, any shows? What else are you planning to show? Well, obviously you will be able to see it starting from tomorrow in all the internet platforms. Whether we will play it during the concerts, maybe Dmitry will tell you a couple more words about that. I will add a couple of words from myself to feel it really, to feel really all the emotions, all those experience, all those feelings. We invite all of you to our concerts. You come just one single time and you understand everything. I want to assure you 100%. Well, you got well prepared. You ordered a Hurtowyna, a blizzard in Kyiv these days. Do we have any questions on the floor, please? Good afternoon, Ukrinform. I have a question to Mr. Zheleznyak. Were there internally displaced persons among those actors who played in this music video? Well, it's probably better. Mr. Zheleznyak, who is the director, will be the one who will answer this question better. Well, we didn't have internally displaced persons, but this guy, Maxim Yakovlev, who played the protagonist, who played the serviceman in this video, who was the protagonist in that movie Ma, he He's basically from Kharkiv, from the district of Saltivka, so he has seen all the horrors of the war by himself. He moved to Kyiv with his family, and it was very difficult to convince a person like that to play an antagonist, a Russian military in the film Ma, and it was yet more difficult to convince him to play a Ukrainian military in this music video, because he was feeling he had no right to play a Ukrainian military, a role of a person who defends us in the front line currently. But I was able to make it, I was able to convince him, but still in the middle of shooting, we got a person coming to us from Bakhmut, from the front lines. My personal friend, it was unexpected, and he came to see the shooting of the video, the making of the video. And another question, that there is a huge influence of the military in the art. Will this trend continue after the war is over, in your opinion? I think that the task of the actor or a musician during the war is to be with their people, to play for them during the war. Because there are professional volunteers, the volunteers who raise huge amounts of money abroad, but the musicians and the actors, they should stay with their people here. It's the most important thing. The militaristic subject, militaristic theme will continue after the war, and I think it's necessary even after the war. For how many years, I don't know. I can only imagine our joy when the war is over, obviously with our victory, but we don't have to forget it. If we forget it, if we see that the art is degrading to our daily pre-war show business condition, a story like that can repeat. We don't have to forget it. I don't know to what extent, for how many years, but it should continue. Well, we don't want to speculate about that. We should do it from the bottom of our heart. If I may add, I want to say that many actors, singers, musicians, the representatives of other art professions, they are currently in the ranks of the armed forces of Ukraine, in the very front lines, and they carry a lot of emotions, or that they will want to communicate, that they will want to express after the war, even the emotion of the victory. I think that this is why this war theme will continue, and the best movies about this war will be made maybe 10 years after the victory, because for the time being it's just the war diary, something like that. So proceeding to the pragmatic questions of today, what was the platform this video was shot on? How many days did it take you to make it? What was the group? Where were you building the decorations? Who provided you with the premises? Please tell us a little bit more facts and figures about the making of the video. Well, the video was made during one day, within 12 hours in Kyiv clinic, that was provided to us by the owners. We appreciate their input a lot. We didn't build any decorations. It was all made in their real hospital, Kyiv clinic. Once again, we want to thank our friends. So it was shot within 1 or 2 rooms. Yeah, it was just one floor, one corridor. It was all shot within 12 hours in one shift. Well, some decorations, we were helped by some decorations by the 7th maternity home, so everybody supported us to shoot this amount of video footage within 12 hours. It's very difficult. Do we have any more questions on the floor? If there are no questions on the floor, we understand where the culture will be moving to. What will be the plans of the band Hurtowyna? Well, it's quite difficult to forecast now. It's difficult to make some plans. However, our main plan is to play on the Victory Day for the whole Ukraine. So what are you going to play? Well, we have a lot of great songs, a lot of songs that we would like to play for everybody, to present everybody with this great mood. But I hope it will happen soon, during the Victory Day. Well, let's play, let's hear you. Well, we will win 100% and glory to the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Well, this is how we are wrapping up. We were talking about the video Breathe With Me, which turned out to be a little bit more than just a music video. So we will wait for the plans, for their implementation of their plans by our guest Hurtowyna. So see you shortly. Thank you. Breathe With Me.